Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We are here in Madison Square Garage around the pool table of relevancy. To my left is Mr. Dan Danielson, and I am Roddy Reece. We're here today to book WrestleMania 41 way too far in advance. Let's crack into it. Why are we sitting down and doing this? We don't know.
Let's give it fun,
just a bit of fun. We're not actually going to be here in Canberra in the studio next week because we are at PWA Coliseum. So we're busy seeing the likes of Grayson Waller, Jessica Troy, Charlie Evans,
Robbie
among
Eagles.
others. Yes,
and
Robbie
James
Eagles.
Graham's going to have a crack at wrestling. That's going to be fun.
For those non-Australian fans or non-rugby league fans, he is a former Bulldogs player.
and
for the NRL.
George Dragons player. And
Oh, that's right. He was with the Dragons too.
okay. Hull or somebody in the UK. He's a Pommy. He was a Pommy captain, actually.
He was Pommy.
But yes, we're going to be at the PWA. So we thought, you know what? Let's do a bonus episode
Yeah.
for a recording for you. And let's book WrestleMania 41 way too far in advance.
Way too far. But there's some interesting shit.
And we
coming up.
just have bad blood. So that puts your context as to
Yeah.
to where we are in the current planning.
We're building it from here.
WWE. So I've written down a bunch of
You've got more matches, so I might let
Dumb
you kick
storylines.
off. I've got the men's and women's main championships and the Intercontinental Championship, and that's all I've done. That's my creativity done for the day.
Well, I mean, I don't really know how I want to start with this. Do you want to just go the main titles first and work our way down?
Yeah, all right, that sounds good.
So I think after what's happened on Bad Blood,
Yep.
the finish of that show with The Rock returning and all of the stuff that's happening with the bloodline and things, I think WrestleMania 41 for the WWE Championship is going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
Okay.
And the way that we're going to get there,
Who's the champion?
The Rock is the champion,
Okay.
and Roman Reigns is your Royal Rumble 2025 winner,
Okay.
and he challenges The Rock for the WWE title. Now, this kind of puts Cody out of things, but
But you got plans for him?
I have a match booked for him
Okay.
that I think we all want to see, and I think that we've discussed this ourselves, that Cody Rhodes is a better chaser than he is a champion. Sadly.
Sorry.
But I think
true.
that's true. And I think that with the Netflix era coming, with all of the stuff with the bloodline culminating in the fact that, we had that doco from last year's WrestleMania with The Rock and Roman, that was the match, right?
Yep.
They were going to do it, and
Yep.
then
Rock's taking credit for everything.
They listened to the crowd and they put Cody in the match. They're going to do it this year. And I think that you can chuck the title on The Rock when he beats Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Okay.
So earlier on in the Royal Rumble show is The Rock versus Cody. The Rock wins the title, and then you close the Royal Rumble with Roman winning the Royal Rumble, and then him and Rock squaring off. And then that's your next.
That's good.
Your Netflix era for the next couple of months. You build that
Yeah.
to WrestleMania, and then your main event of night 2 of WrestleMania is The Rock as the WWE champion and the People's Champion, carrying both belts against Roman Reigns. And I
Okay.
think Roman wins.
All right. I got a couple of similar points in there, so I'll give you my theory. So what I've done, I've got Rock inserting himself into the match with Cody and Roman, making it a triple threat, and here's how we get there. So it comes out that The Rock was the man that has been orchestrating this renegade bloodline.
It's all part of his plan. Yep.
Solo's bloodline. It's all part of Rocky's plan, and he officially betrays Roman at Survivor Series in the War Games match.
Yep.
I haven't booked who's in that match, so I'm just going to move on from there.
We're not booking that. We're booking WrestleMania, right?
Exactly. So Rock also tries to cost Roman Reigns the Rumble. The Rock enters number 30.
Okay.
Rock does not succeed, and Roman wins the Royal Rumble. But
we got that sharing. Yeah.
yep, he inserts himself into the match because he's on TKO board of directors. He can just do whatever he wants. So he just inserts himself into the triple threat.
Into the triple threat. Like,
For WrestleMania.
He enters himself at like number 31 of the Royal Rumble because he's like, I can do this. Whatever. I'm The Rock.
So the way this match goes down, it's a triple threat, which means no DQ, right?
Yep.
But because The Rock's on the board of directors, he's like, no one's allowed to interfere on behalf of Roman and Cody. but the Bloodline can come out and help The Rock.
Okay, all right. We're
So-
overlooking this. Yeah, great, perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Bloodline rules, baby.
I've even got my finishing spot booked.
Oh, I didn't go that far into this.
Oh, it just came into my head.
Yeah, please, no, tell me.
So Bloodline comes out because Roman and Cody try to team up to take out Rock. Bloodline comes out, stops that. They take out Roman Reigns. He's laid out. He's gone through the announce table. Cody's laid out. Rock drags him back into the ring. They go back and forth for a little bit. Rock hits a rock bottom, goes for the people's elbow, and on the bounce back when he's about to hit
Walks
it,
straight to a spear, doesn't he?
straight into a spear.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Roman gets the title.
Okay.
And Cody, to specify, Cody is still champion walking into WrestleMania.
So Cody holds the title from now until then.
Yeah.
I mean, that helps that he doesn't defend it on any pay-per-views lately.
Exactly.
Okay, look, we've both got the Roman Reigns winning the title off The Rock to a degree at WrestleMania. All right, fair. Okay. I think we're pretty even.
I originally booked Cody versus Randy for the title.
Cody versus Randy is my other match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If we're doing Rock and Roman, Cody and Randy is your legacy feud. That you
Yeah,
have.
I had a like singles match where it was Roman versus The Rock for the Ulafala Tribal Chief title and the People's Championship.
Yeah. Actually,
But I was like, oh, this triple threat sounds like it'll be pretty cool because, like, especially like now that Bad Blood's happened and I've seen people's online reaction to The Rock's return, him doing the 1, 2, 3, and then that's Rock saying he doesn't want Cody versus Roman 3.
oh,
So it's him targeting both of them.
I thought it was him saying that Jimmy, Cody, and Roman, the three of you were done.
Okay, that's a
That's a bit
perspective
more
I haven't heard
logical,
yet.
I thought.
Yeah,
but
that
okay,
makes sense.
Fair enough. No, and then just to my point that Cody versus Orton, I actually made that a triple threat at WrestleMania. That it's Cody versus Orton versus Kevin Owens.
Okay. And that's just a triple threat match.
Yeah, just a blood feud triple threat match that they've been simmering on since KO decided to turn on Cody right after Bad Blood. That was interesting.
Yeah, can't wait to see what comes out of that.
All right.
Shall we move on to the World Heavyweight?
We should move on to the World Heavyweight.
I'm going to kick this one off.
Please do, because I'm not overly confident on my pick for this.
All right.
But tell me where you're going.
I have Gunther as champion still
Okay.
against Finn Balor.
Oh, I want this match.
I've done this purely as fan service to
Yep.
myself
Yep.
because Finn needs to finish his story.
Okay.
So Finn, because Roman's won the chamber, Roman won the Rumble, Finn wins the chamber. And the whole feud is built around Finn Balor coming up short in all his championship quests, like main championship quests,
Yep.
since he had to vacate that Universal Championship after 24 hours. Gunther repeatedly mentions you could never get it done against all these people. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. You could never beat these people, and I'm better than every single one of them, so you can't beat me. And then Finn overcomes the odds, and he beats Gunther, ends his reign, and finally finishes his story.
Is Finn still part of the Judgment Day in this
I haven't thought about that.
thing? Because I like that idea of a story, but I
did
can't
think-
see it working with...
Look, I did think about him still being in the Judgment Day and then them coming out and helping him win, but I was like, that's a bit of a cop-out. I don't want to book it like that.
Yeah, but remember, there's no leaders in Judgment Day. So
I
why are they
know,
going to
but-
let somebody have a full storyline with Gunther and not have JD McDonough and Carlito getting involved all the time?
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't want to book it like that.
Okay.
I just kept him out of it.
My World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 41 is Gunther as the champion, but he's dropped the title and regained it.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to have a chat about this, and I think you might put a TikTok up. But with the upcoming Saudi show, we have a feeling that's there for a reason, and Gunther may be dropping the title to Sami Zayn on Raw.
Yeah. With interference from Goldberg.
With interference from Goldberg, setting up a Goldberg versus Gunther match in Saudi, which
Yep.
will be fantastic. And then Sammy will be a champion. He'll have a match against Cody.
Yep.
He'll win that, surprisingly, to have the Crown Jewel Championship for Sami Zayn.
Does KO cost Cody the victory?
Oh, to help his friend Sammy out. But then Sammy doesn't want KO's help because he's being healed by the
that's
good
an
guy.
interesting dynamic.
Love that. That's fantastic. Throw that in
I'll put
there.
that in the TikTok.
Yeah, great, do that. But then Gunther then wins the title back off Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event in December.
Okay, cool.
So then Gunther holds the title. And his challenger coming into WrestleMania 41 is going to be none other than the chick magnet himself, Phil Brooks, CM Punk. And now CM Punk...
Because he has called him out already.
And CM Punk's going to go into the Royal Rumble, and he's not going to win it because he's going to get taken out by a returning Drew McIntyre, which means Roman Reigns wins your Rumble. We've already discussed that that's what's happening on my side of this draw.
Yep.
And you're not going to have the full Drew and Punk feud again. Actually, you know what? Maybe no, it's not going to be Drew. Punk's going to eliminate Drew. Seth Rollins is going to be the one to eliminate CM Punk from the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bit of tension there, and then we're going to go through the Elimination Chamber. And the Elimination Chamber is going to be where CM Punk wins, and he gets to go to Gunther at WrestleMania, and CM Punk will headline night one.
Finally gets his WrestleMania
Finally gets his moment. CM Punk versus Gunther, and Punk's going to win. Punk will beat Gunther.
Okay. Do we then move on to Punk versus Rollins after that?
I think so. And then you can have Punk and Rollins, or you can have Punk and Drew part 2, like a year later. You can throw whoever else you want into that title feud. But I think I think they're going to give CM Punk his WrestleMania moment next year as long as he's fit.
Yeah.
And that'll be against a major title. I don't think he's on the Roman side of things. I think that all has to stay Bloodline, Cody, Rock.
Yeah. I don't see how he works into that.
So Punk goes after the heavyweight title and wins that night one.
All right. Sweet. Sounds good. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the women's championships, shall we?
Yes.
You want to kick it off? Pick whichever one, and then we'll go with that.
What do I have here for the women's titles? All right, I'm going to go for the non-obvious one.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for the WWE Women's Championship.
All right.
And the match that I have booked, and I have the match written down, and I'm going to work out backwards while we're talking here how I get to this fatal four-way for the women's title.
Oh, fatal four-way. Okay.
Is my fatal four-way for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41, which will be the co-main event of night one, is the champion, Tiffany Stratton,
Okay.
defending against the Queen, Charlotte Flair,
Okay.
Jade Cargill,
and
Bianca Belair. So
Tiffy's going to get squashed.
I think Tiffy's going to be the massive underdog for this one.
Massive underdog.
I think that this is the crowning moment of Jade Cargill, and I think she will win the women's title. I think a lot of people are probably going to book a Bianca versus Jade match, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want that singles feud just yet.
No.
I think you can still hold that on for a year. I think they'll have dropped the women's tag titles by now.
Yeah.
Probably to, I don't know, the Party Girls, Chelsea and Piper, Damage Control, don't really care, any of them. To allow, like we discussed this on one of our other podcasts, we feel like there's a sort of a lack of women in the main event scene. At the main event quality, right? It's kind of a bit short. So putting Jade and Bianca back as single stars helps that.
Absolutely.
Charlotte returning from injury. How do we get there? I say Charlotte probably wins the Rumble because I don't think the other side of the women's title needs this. Jade and Bianca have some feud where they try and prove they're better than each other. Maybe they go through the Elimination Chamber.
Is that a friendly feud or?
Yeah, kind of like just trying to prove that they're better than each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Not against each other, but just like I'm the strongest. No, I'm the strongest, but then I'm the EST, and then we can have that terrible promo between the two that'll happen. And then maybe they both like get to the Elimination Chamber and then like call it a draw or something, or they just have like a qualifying match where they just say, look, neither of us is going to do it. Okay. Then they book themselves in a wall and then they go for the fatal four-way. But that's what I think happens. Who wins it? Jade. Jade becomes the new WWE Women's Champion, and Tiffy, because she had cashed in on Charlotte after Charlotte beat Nia at the Royal Rumble. Tiffy cashed in, and then that's why the Charlotte Tiffy side of the thing is there, and the other side's there, and you can't do it all, so it's a fatal four-way. There you go.
That's pretty much what I've booked.
Is it?
It's not a fatal four-way, but I've got Charlotte returns.
Yep.
She beats Nia at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
After that, Tiffy cashes in on Charlotte.
Yeah, so I've just done that at the Royal Rumble. But okay.
And then Charlotte wins the Rumble. And then the build-up to that WrestleMania match, which is just Tiffy and Charlotte, is Charlotte being like the cocky young competitor saying, Charlotte, you've been here too long.
Yeah.
It's now time You're a has-been. You need to move on.
I like
Go
it.
away.
Yep.
And then I've got Charlotte winning her 16th main roster championship at WrestleMania and beating Tiffy.
Ooh, okay. Look, I think we've both got that half of the match pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I just thrown in Bianca and Jade because I don't want them in the tag titles.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'll move on to the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And we're getting Rhea versus Becky, part 2.
Oh.
Because I was thinking about it, and like we have discussed this. There are no credible threats on Monday Night Raw for Rhea Ripley currently. There's no one. Now that Raquel's back, that gives a new dynamic to the women's roster on Monday Night Raw, but Liv is still champion. So the way that I've got it, Becky will beat Liv for the championship at the Royal Rumble. And because Charlotte wins the Rumble, Rhea Ripley, as I've mentioned a couple times on this podcast,
Yeah.
she is going to do a Shayna Baszler from 2020 and run through the entire women's division, pin all 5 other competitors, and win that Elimination Chamber.
Okay. I like it.
And then we just go, the feud, the build up to that match at WrestleMania, the second encounter of their WrestleMania feud,
Yep.
is based around the fact that Rhea knows that she can beat Becky, but Becky brings it to the fact that she didn't have 100% effort at WrestleMania because she was sick. So she never faced and beat Becky when Becky was at 100%. Okay. But I've still got Rhea beating Becky and getting the championship back.
Yeah, okay. All right. I have the same end result as you. I have Rhea winning the Women's Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
Yep.
I don't have Becky involved.
Okay.
I have it as the Mummy versus the Back match, and it's going to be a Rhea versus Raquel.
Okay.
How do I get there? I don't really know, but I think it's just going to be a continuation of the Liv Rhea storyline.
Yeah.
Where Liv probably holds the title through Crown Jewel main event. I reckon she's going to drop it on a Raw. The first Raw of Netflix.
Okay, that's. I think that's a good idea.
We'll have Liv
you got to
and
have
Rhea.
some big matches on that debut episode.
Yeah, so I reckon that's where you're going to do it. Rhea's going to win the title, and then Liv will have a rematch, can't get through it, and so then they'll essentially just run the storyline that Liv couldn't do it through Judgment Day, so they're going to get Raquel to do it,
Yeah.
and then Raquel can fight off a returning Becky or whoever else you want to throw at her to make her look really strong, and then you're going to have the 2 big strong women at WrestleMania, Rhea versus Raquel, and Rhea is going to retain.
Okay, love it.
What's the next one?
The only other one I've got is the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, then you book that one. Yep.
So let's go with that one. I've got the Intercontinental Champion.
I just saw what I've put down as mine. Anyway,
I've got the Intercontinental Champion, Bronson Reed,
Ooh, okay.
versus the GOAT, John Cena.
Ooh, okay.
Because I was like, I got to work John Cena into it somehow, and I don't just want to give him a random singles match.
That's kind of what I did. But
I
yeah,
didn't want to put him in the main title pictures because I feel like those were pretty good at the moment. Like, I think a lot of people want to see Cena versus Gunther, but I think if they're going to do that, I don't think they'd really have Cena beat Gunther.
I think Cena wins his world title next year.
Yeah,
to break the
sometime.
record.
And that's why I haven't booked it for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't think
which is
for
like, it
WrestleMania.
should be a WrestleMania moment, but not now.
Yep. Okay.
So, Bronson beats Jay at Survivor Series for the championship.
Oh, so Jay's not in the War Game stuff.
No.
Okay. Interesting take.
I'm seeing a lot of people want Jay in it, regardless of the fact that he's got the IC title. But I've also seen a lot of people say Jay doesn't need to be involved with it. There's no way Roman's going to go and apologize. Sam Roberts came out and said, like, yes, Roman Reigns is back. He's a babyface, a massive babyface. His character is still dynamically the same. He's just getting cheered now.
Yeah, no,
He's not going to apologize to Jay, which is what Jay would want for him to go back to Roman, I would think.
Okay.
And that's why keep Jay separate. He made a very good point.
I think Jimmy's probably going to have a bit more of a sway on that.
Yeah, maybe
anyway.
Jimmy's the one that can like coax Jay into it, but Roman's not apologizing for what he did to Jay.
Okay.
That whole
Fair.
history. So Bronson, after beating Jey Uso for the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series, goes on a monster run. Demolishes everybody. He's taking people out left, right, and center. He's injuring people and taking people off the shelf for months. And who comes back to try and stop it? John Cena. And I don't really have much of how the feud goes getting up to that. It's just Cena coming back to try and stop him from destroying the rest of the roster.
Yeah.
But during the match, the story to be told is how much effort it's going to take to get Bronson Reed up into the attitude adjustment.
They're 5. Attitude adjustment, yeah.
Well, it's the same position, the fireman's carry, right? Because once he gets up there, he can hit the AA, boom, done. So the finish that I've got is 3 times, 4 times during the match, John Cena tries to get Bronson up, but he just can't.
Yep.
He get it on his shoulders, but he tries to get him up to stand up straight to get the AA done, and he can't get up. So that sells a bit of the back stuff. He's not strong enough to get the job done. Yep, exactly. Bronson hits the tsunami. 1, 2, almost 3. John Cena kicks out of the tsunami. And Bronson's just absolutely shocked. And he's raging at the referee and gives John Cena enough time to recover. Because Bronson's on the outside, raging, flipping over stairs, destroying the announce table. John Cena gets enough time to recover.
Yeah.
He gets Bronson Reed up for that AA. And he pins him 1, 2, 3 and finally becomes a Grand Slam champion.
I was going to say that's the key point to this is John Cena being a Grand Slam champion and finally winning the IC title. I like that more than my idea. Do you reckon there's any chance in hell that you know how Cena does the crossbody where someone crossbodies and he falls down and he rolls through and then stands up and then AAs them? Do you reckon there's even the slightest possibility he can do that to Bronson?
Look, that would be an immense spot. But the fact that he's got to get somebody in that position, he's got to get Bronson in that position, roll through.
Yes.
And then get him, pop him up.
Yes.
That's a WrestleMania moment, though. That is a WrestleMania moment.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I like that. Let's go with that being how Cena gets the AA.
Because if that's the spot, mate,
that's
done. I don't know how
that's all my booking for today. So the rest of the show's on you, Dan.
Yeah, well, you can just tell me how stupid some of my ideas are. I don't know how I've gotten to this IC title match, but I have. And let's work out how I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I've booked for your Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41, your champion, Sami Zayn, as the IC title champion.
Okay.
Versus Daniel Garcia.
Oh, here we go. Right. So if Garcia's coming over,
so he's
Rumble.
He's debuting in the Rumble.
Debuting in the Rumble, for sure.
He comes in, does his thing in the Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the crowd behind him. Sami Zayn, I don't know how he's the IC champion. He's gotten it off Jay. No, Jay lost it to somebody else, and then Sami wins it. Maybe Jay loses it to Chad Gable. Sami wins it back off Gable at some point. I don't even know if he's a heel or a face in this.
Okay.
I don't know. I just made this up. And I was like, you know what? This will be fun.
Doing this on the fly. This is going to be fun.
This will be a fun thing to see Daniel Garcia versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I've done. I much prefer your John Cena story too.
But how do we get from the Rumble to WrestleMania? Do we have a heel Daniel Garcia, or do we turn Sami heel?
No, we turn Sami heel.
Okay, I like heel Sami.
We turn Sami heel because he's won that the
Crown Jewel Championship. More about that in our TikTok.
And I think that he then starts to get a bit of a big head that he's a big champion after he loses the world title. He then comes plummeting back down and then says, well, look, I was the world champion. I can beat everybody. And then
he goes on a losing streak, perhaps?
Goes on a bit of a losing streak, but he loses to Bronson and Braun Breaker and stuff again. But then somehow
Bronson and Braun?
Yeah, that's what I meant. And Jay. But then he ends up getting a match against one of those two that have won the IC title, and he wins it.
Yep.
And then you go back to chicken shit Sami Zayn heel, where he
Sami.
Was, with the stuff
like pre-joining the bloodline. That was good Sami.
Yes. The jackass Sami Zayn character. And then you can have Daniel Garcia as the new shiny baby face that the whole crowd's cheering for.
Yep. I'm happy with that.
Don't know why.
That'd be cool.
Just pick that.
Why not? Why not?
I've completely and utterly overbooked the US title.
Oh, hit me with it. Let's go.
And I have no clue. I've also decided that I feel like WrestleMania 41, although it goes all the way against Triple H's booking, is going to have a whole bunch of multi-team and multi-man matches to try and just get as many people on the card as possible. It's in Vegas.
He's chucking an AEW. He's just throwing everyone on the card.
So your US title is going to have your retaining US champion, Knight,
Okay. Yep. Happy with that.
still being the champion. It's going to be a fatal 4-way.
Yep.
Like the women's one is.
Is it going to be Carmelo, Andrade, and...
So you would think that would make sense based on what's happening on SmackDown, but no.
But yeah, because like, are you really going to carry that on for the next 6 months?
No, you're not. You're not. So you're going to move it up and you're going to change it around and you're going to have Knight and you're going to have it against his old mate and his old running partner, AJ Styles.
Okay.
He's going to get back
Rehash
into that. After his ankle injury, he's going to come back, get back involved in that. He'll be the one that beats Carmelo and Andrade.
Yep. Okay.
To prove that he is the one worthy of that US title shot. And so LA Knight's like, okay, fine. Me and AJ will run this back. And then when they're setting that up as the feud, then the third man comes into the feud and says, hang on a minute, you guys can't have a US title feud without me involved.
Logan Paul.
It's Logan Paul.
There
Absolutely.
we go.
And then he wants to get back involved to get his title back because he is, the United States of America is Logan Paul. And, he's the prime athlete and all that sort of stuff. And that's why he's involved. And then you've got your champion, Knight. You've got AJ Styles with a massive feud against Knight that needs to beat him. Logan Paul, who thinks he is the US, so he should be the US champion.
Yeah.
And that's the three of them. And they're like, hang on, there's a fourth person here that wants to get involved in this feud because if you're talking about a US title feud, you've got to have John Cena involved.
Right. So there's...
And this is John Cena's WrestleMania thing.
Oh, okay.
So you've got John Cena, the man who started the US title open challenge. You think about that old US title. It was
absolutely.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Against Mr. America, Logan Paul, against Mr. I Hate LA Knight, and he went into my house and tried to, do whatever he did. AJ Styles against LA Knight.
Okay. Love it.
And that's your fatal 4-way.
And you said LA retains.
I said that.
But now
that I've actually put them all out there, I think that I don't want that to happen. I think John Cena wins. Whatever match John Cena has at WrestleMania, I think John Cena wins at WrestleMania.
Does he just go on like a massive streak next year, just like getting one last 1-2 month run with every championship?
I think so. I reckon he just...
That'd be so good. People would absolutely hate that. Just like giving John Cena the IC title, a tag title,
but you know what,
the US title, a heavyweight championship.
They would, but every kid would love it because it's John
absolutely.
Cena, right?
Absolutely.
And then you think
that's what you got to do. You got to cater to that sort of audience.
But also think about like us and the dads that are our age or younger, a little bit younger than us and stuff. We all grew up on John Cena.
Yeah.
So we all want to see John Cena do that. It's only going to be your 50-year-olds that like, Fruity Pebbles, we don't want him to do anything. Everybody younger than that is like, throw me John Cena. Give him one last crack. Why not?
11 years on and that shit's still funny.
Fruity Pebbles.
All right. Main championships and mid-card championships are done. Tag belts. What have you got?
My tag belts? You like... Again, I've got...
I know yesterday you said you've booked multi-man ladder matches for both tag
for
titles.
both nights. So they did this a couple of years ago, and I think we're going to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Not having to split the titles this time, but let's...
Yeah.
It worked so well.
2 individual matches.
Worked so well last year. Let's do it again.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun this year.
Your Raw tag title match. Again, fatal 4-way. We're throwing everybody on the card that we possibly can. Yes, I'm massively overbooking this, but we'll deal with it. For the tag titles for Raw, we're going to have 4 teams.
14. Okay.
I know they're on SmackDown now, but they're going to... Actually, no, this is the SmackDown one. Sorry, my apologies. SmackDown tag titles. DIY will be in the ladder match. They will be the champions.
Okay, cool. DIY
going into WrestleMania. And they will be facing the teams of Pretty Deadly.
Yep.
Fraxium.
Oh, Fraxium got the call up.
Yep, which is... and strange that they get the call up pre-WrestleMania, not post-WrestleMania, but you know what? Let's just throw it out there.
Just run with it.
So Nathan Fraser and Axiom from NXT.
Yep.
And the fourth team, that will be the team that will win the titles from the ladder match, Motor City Machine Guns.
Hey, there we go. How did the Bloodline lose the tag titles?
After War Games.
After War
They
Games.
got so brutally injured, but there was a number 1 contenders match between Street Profits and DIY.
Yep.
And they were going to have to take on the Bloodline, but they could pick when they got to choose it. And after the War Games, it was so brutal, they had to try and defend them the SmackDown afterwards, and they just dropped the titles.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. I don't like you booking Street Profits to lose to DIY again. Seeing as DIY was just champions, we've got to give some love to Street Profits.
Yeah, look, Street Profits missed out on both my matches. I don't know why. Look, they're interchangeable. Pick which one.
I'm turning into Triple H, apparently. Racist.
No, hey. I don't see colour or race. I just see talent.
Oh, people are already flaking that.
Your Raw tag title match, again, 4-way ladder match. Let's overbook the crap out of this WrestleMania 41 way too early. You're going to have the champion Judgment Day.
Okay.
But it's not Finn, because Finn's going to be having a WrestleMania feud, either in your case with Gunther or my case, probably with Damian Priest. Like in a
still
match. No, but like it's going to be one of those things that like it stops now and then it starts again in like 4 or 5 months. So it'll be the Judgment Day of JD McDonagh and Dominic Mysterio.
Okay. Yep. I like that duo.
And they will be facing, somehow, these teams all come together to cause this fantastic ladder match. The New Day.
Yep.
Back together again because Big E returns to television and gets Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston back on.
Mends the bridge.
He
is the olive branch of peace.
The Wolf Dogs?
Wolf Dogs are back! Yes!
I want Bron Breakker to have a big WrestleMania moment.
Oh, man.
And I think that he probably will have one against, Gunther or something, or the IC title, realistically. But I was like, you know what? For my fantasy booking, let's get Baron involved. Let's just bring them back together. Because maybe Bron doesn't get a title shot between now and then. He gets a little frustrated or he loses to Gunther and he's like, I've got to get some titles. I've got to prove that I'm the best. I need to be on the card of WrestleMania. Guess he's my Baron.
Yeah, I realised I didn't book Bron in any of my title matches because I changed it from Gunther versus Bron to Gunther versus Finn.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Gunther versus Bron makes much more sense. Yeah. And then the fourth team in this match, which I don't think is now going to be feasible, so let's just say the Street Profits possibly go to Raw and take this spot instead.
Give them some love.
I have picked the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo, but that all depends on whether or not they actually leave AEW by then.
Surely their contracts wouldn't be worth that much, so maybe WWE can buy out the remainder of their contracts? Get them over quickly?
I reckon it's more of a principle thing now for Tony Khan.
Yeah, that's dickhead.
But that's what I reckon.
But look, he's doing business. Good on him.
I don't think I have anything else too exciting. I have Seth versus Bron Breakker.
I thought you were about to say Delta, and I was like, what? We're going to get an intergender match?
The next match down, I have Becky versus Delta.
Oh.
But I don't think she's going to get to WrestleMania. She'll be on the NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, she's only debuting end of this month, so.
And the other match that I fantasy booked for WrestleMania 41 is Carmelo versus Trick.
Okay. Rehashing that feud?
That I reckon that they bring that up to the main roster at some point.
Trick gets a call-up?
Whether or not that's for the NXT title and you've pushed Carmelo back down and then you have the NXT title match on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or Trick comes up after losing the title back to Ethan Page or something. And
yep.
I don't know. I just reckon they're going to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Haven't done anything for your women's tag titles?
I think I wrote...
Let's quickly throw something. Let's do a fatal 4-way tag match. But what we're going to do, we're going to have the champions, which... Who did you have beating Bianca and Jade?
Damage Control.
Damage Control. All right. So we've got Damage Control as champions. Yes. And then the other 3 teams will be one team from each brand. That's my theory.
Okay.
So let's put Unholy Trinity in there because I love me some Isla Dawn.
Oh, do you what?
NXT.
Which brand are they from technically?
They're SmackDown.
They are?
Damage Control are champions.
Yep.
So I know they're on Raw, but we'll have a Raw team in there as well.
Okay.
Let's put our favourite tag team, Pure Fusion Collective, in there.
Oh, God, no.
Shayna Baszler.
Absolutely not.
And Sonya Deville. Throw them in.
Idea.
Who else? Who else?
Who else?
Do you want to put Liv and Raquel in there?
No.
You booked Raquel in the title match.
No, I'm booking Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
They're on SmackDown too.
Yeah. So
okay.
move your SmackDown team.
All right. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. 2 SmackDown teams. We've got the Raw team as the champions.
Okay.
From NXT.
So we got Damage Control.
Yep.
Unholy Union.
Yep.
Chelsea and Piper.
Yep.
And Pure Fusion Collective.
No, let's remove.
No, we'll remove them. Okay, good.
Remove PFC.
So who's the fourth team?
The team from NXT. Roxanne and Cora Jade.
Oh, okay.
So Roxanne has since dropped the title to... Oh, I don't even know if she's going to beat Stephanie Vaquer, man.
Well,
just give it to Delta. Give it to Delta is the NXT Women's Champion.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
And then, because we had that interaction after that CW debut.
Yeah.
The little friendly backstage interaction between Roxanne and Cora. Because they're great friends off scene.
Yeah.
So bring that on the screen and then you just go from there.
I like some of the stuff we're cooking for WrestleMania. Yeah. I'm keen.
I love it.
Keen already.
This is cool. I'm just talking shit sometimes.
I do think that a lot of the things we mentioned will possibly come true.
Yeah.
I think there'll be lots of multi-man matches. I think that the tag titles will be in broader feuds rather than singles. Like there's no tag feud like the Bloodline versus KO and Sammy, right? Where you can just have a singular tag match that's going to be
and have it like mean that much.
relevant enough for it. So I think you can have multi-man matches for that, which gets everybody on the card. I think Gunther's got to be there. I think Punk's going to get his main event spot for WrestleMania at some point.
Yeah.
I think that Rock and Roman are going to show up in some form on that card somewhere. Whether they're double G again, I don't know. Seth's got to come back and be somewhere. John Cena's got to be involved.
I guess we could put Punk versus Seth on my card as a singles match.
Yeah.
Because I didn't book either of them in anything.
But I think that would be the other match, right? If they don't get into the title stuff. Look, we're 6 months out. And I think that we've got a fairly decent plan.
We'll come back to this if like any of this actually comes true.
Yeah, please do. And let us know in your comments and our Discord and stuff. What do you think is going to be the matches for WrestleMania 41?
Yeah. Let's get cooking, man.
You predicted way too early so that you can also come back to this video and be like, oh, yeah, that was a dumb idea. Why did we think Sami Zayn was
Or maybe I've got the script.
Oh, the script.
Script.
We don't have the script.
No, we don't have the script. I do like that Sami heel turn angle, though.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see it now.
This
because
underdog face Sami is like, I'm starting to get behind it, but like underdog stories only go so far before I get sick of them.
Yeah, but also like, if you've just turned Kevin Owens heel, I wouldn't mind seeing Sami and KO as both heels and they can work together.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Turnbuckle powerbombing everybody for days.
We cooking, mate.
That's great cooking.
Cooking.
Just like us cooking in this garage with the heater on.
We're
cooking.
Yeah, it's a little chilly today. I know I've got a t-shirt on, but it's a little chilly because there's a heater right behind me. All right, we're going to sign off there. That is our WrestleMania 41 predictions way too far in advance. Way too far. 6 months. Literally have half a year until it's around the corner. It's crazy.
But we've both said Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble.
Yep, and win the title back.
And we're unanimous with that. And who's winning our Women's Royal Rumbles?
Charlotte. We had Charlotte, and Rhea wins the Chamber.
Yeah. And what did I have? The same thing.
I think so. I don't know. You fucking booked it.
Yeah, no, I did.
I had Rhea winning the Chamber and the title.
I did. I had Charlotte. Yes, both of us have Charlotte. Okay. Is that going to be disappointing Royal Rumble if we see Roman and Charlotte win?
Oh, look, man, if this was...
this was us 2 years ago.
If this was like us 5 years ago, we'd be livid.
But I think I'd be okay with it right now.
Yeah. I think like building to a Tiffy versus Charlotte match, like everyone's keen for that whenever it gets booked.
And Rock and Roman.
Yeah, Rock and Roman.
Makes sense.
All right. Signing off there. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if you've got any other predictions. Pop them down in the comments. Give us a like and a subscribe. Head over to our Discord. We'll pop a bunch of photos in there from the PWA show that we're going to be at. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Most importantly, subscribe. Comment. All of the above.
Come say hi.
Yes, come say hi. Try to recognize me in public. Apparently I stand out.
Much more than I do, which is
all right.
Not difficult.
Thanks for tuning in. We have been Down Under the Mat, Mr. Dan Danielson, Roddy Reece. Let's get those guns up, mate. Catch you next time.